Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, I'm going to go through the builder to show some steps regarding the Cinnamon desktop environment, as someone has said that they had some issues with the Cinnamon environment. So I made just a simple change to the builder. It's nothing major, it's just to show you how it actually works. But on the installer, starting with Beta 5, I have this little warning window that comes up here. And it says the following environments expect you to have extensive knowledge, as you will need to configure them. And this is regarding Awesome, BSPWM, Hyperlink, and Qtel. For those of you that don't know, these are, window managers, tiling managers. Well, Awesome is more of a floating window manager, but it requires you to know, what you're dealing with when you install this type of environment. So this warning right here is for these following right here, just for these four, for Awesome, BSPWM, Hyperlink, and Qtile. The rest are pretty straightforward, but these four right here, you have to know what you're doing with these, because these require you to configure them to your desired like, you know what I mean? So these are not your standard desktop environments. These require you to go into the config files and make the appropriate changes that you need to make to them, because they are not your standard environments. OpenBox could kind of fall into this realm also, but the way I have it set up, pretty much everything, you could do it with a graphical interface. But for these four right here, basically, you just have to get in there and configure the config files and set it up to the way you like to set it up. These are built more for like power users and things like that, experienced, advanced users. Not saying that, hey, if you want to go ahead and install it, by all means, go ahead and install it. If you want to learn it, get in there, play with it. I have it set up at the bare minimum to where you could just get in there and you have a desktop. Other than that, you have to set everything up yourself to the way you have it set up. Like I said, they're there. The options are there if you want to use them. If you don't want to use them, then hey, by all means, just skip over them. And then as you can see right here, you'll get this warning now that comes up with the installer. It's just letting you know that these four right here, if you're going to install these four, you have to know that you have to get in there and deal with the configuration files, and you have to make the edits manually to these four systems right here. Everything else is pretty much standard. But for these four right here, you will have to get into the configurations and mess with them yourself. Okay. And then the button right here, you proceed, and it'll just bring up the regular installer, and all of the options are here. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video now, because I'm going to install the Cinnamon desktop, and then I'm going to run through the builder. So I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, I'm back now, and I've installed the Cinnamon desktop environment. So this is the Cinnamon desktop that I have right here, and I'm gonna run through the builder to show the options for setting up a customized respin using Cinnamon. So the first one that you're gonna get right here is you have to select the desktop that you installed. So if you're on the Cinnamon desktop and you select OpenBox, then it's not going to work correct. You have to select the desktop that you're actually on. So in this case, I'm on Cinnamon, so I select the Cinnamon builder. All right. And from right here, this tool will guide you along to create a customized Arch-Linux respin with your desired custom settings. Click on continue to get started. So I click on continue. And right here on this window, edit your theme, wallpaper, icons, and mouse cursor to your desired look with the buttons below or from your system settings. Either way, the settings will be copied to your ISO. So I'm pretty sure I said this a couple times, but basically you can use these buttons right here, or you could just go into Cinnamon, open up your system settings, and then you can go to themes right here, and you can select your themes from right here. So for right here, I'll just check that. Let's see, I'll do that as far as that, and then my icons. See what icons. I'll just stick with the elementary, and right here change it to that. So those are the changes that I've made to my themes. And you can see right here, everything's pretty much changed. The icons, themes, the theme has changed. Everything's changed. All right, so that takes care of my theming. Now for the wallpaper, you can right click on the desktop, change desktop background, and let's see. Go to pictures, nothing's there. You got that white, find a wallpaper that you're comfortable with, that you like. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and add my backgrounds folder. So I'll just navigate to a user share background, user share and backgrounds. Click on open, and then I'll click on backgrounds, and that opens up my pictures that are in my backgrounds folder. So from here, let's say I want to use this one. All right, I'll select it and I'm good. So I can do the same thing with these buttons right here. Clicking these buttons right here pretty much opens up the same programs. Same thing with the wallpaper, pretty much opens up the same programs. All right, then I'll click on continue. Now you want to enter your desired distro name below with underscores. Example, your underscore respin underscore name. So I'm just going to call this my underscore respin. And I'll click on enter. Now I'm pretty much going to enter the same thing right here, but just without the underscores. All right. And so I've added this image back. Before it didn't have the image showing the panel right here. And this is the panel for the open box for your installer. So it'll show your name right here on the installer. All right. Now this other little message that comes up here says to change the label on the cinnamon panel, right click the menu button and select configure. So this is the cinnamon panel down here. This is not the open box panel. This is the cinnamon panel. So I'm going to right click it and click on configure. All right. And then it opens up this dialog window, and see right here where it says Linux Hub, just change that to whatever you want. So in this case, it's going to be my respin. All right. And that's it. I'm done with that. You can see it says my respin down here now. Then I'll click on continue. All right. Enter a host name for your custom respin, all lowercase and no spaces. All right. Now you want to open up the images. Obviously, you see me do this a few times again, so I'll just run through real quick. I'm just going to black them out just to make it quick and run through it real quick. Click on OK. And then just black it out. And then I'll just overwrite the image. Go to the second one. Do the same thing. And the third one. Same thing. All right. And I'm pretty much done with the images. Now you can edit them however you want, but that's just the way I'm doing it for this video. Then I'll click on continue and then build your ISO image. So I'll just make this full screen, just enter my password, and that's pretty much it. All right. So I'll go ahead and pause the video again. And when we come back, we'll boot up this newly created ISO. Okay. And the ISO is completed for my custom respin. And it tells you right here, a backup of your ISO was created at your home folder. Your respin is in a folder called output. So there may be some confusion here. So if I click on open output folder, it's going to open up where the ISO is at. So there it is right there. And it's named my respin, and it got today's date and everything on there. But let me go to my home folder. So you got your home folder. This is your ISO folder right here, that where all the work was done. This is your backup folder right here. So what it did is it created a backup before it started making all these edits to it. And this is your output folder right here. It's another separate folder. So if you open that up, that's where your custom ISO is at. So just in case if it wasn't clear before, I just want to make it clear now. This is where you'll find your ISO. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over to my system, install it, and then we'll take a look at the system and see if all the changes took effect. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll pause the video again. All right, and my custom respin ISO is booted up, and this is we're at the installation window right here, so we can just click on begin installation. But I just want to show you right here in the button where it says my respin is where we added it on the guide where it says to add a custom label for your installer. Because as you can see right here during the installation, we are on OpenBox. We are not on Cinnamon. All of the installers will use OpenBox. Okay, so again, I'll go through the installation. And I'll pause the video during this step. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the custom Cinnamon desktop. All right. My custom respin has finished installing. So let's go ahead and reboot and take a look at our custom Cinnamon respin. And we are now rebooted into our custom respin. You can see our image is saved up. Our theming is saved up. Our label on the panel is saved up. And you can see all the images all the custom images that I added to here. I just blacked them out. So pretty much is all straight set forward. All right, this is just a quick video to show you that yeah, the Cinnamon builder is working. So all right, that concludes this video. All right, you guys, I'll catch you on the next one, and I'm out.